Ages, noni has been used by folks, Polynesians over since last 2000 years. All parts of the plant are useful, including root, leaf, stem, shoot, flower, fruit, and seed. Its fruit is the richest in the nutraceutical content, and it is inedible due to unpleasant taste and odor. So, the fruit juice is processed in a way to make it palatable by mixing with other juices, and that's why in our Moranzi we have squeezed mature fruits and preserve them by pasteurization, and it contains rosalie juice to improve the taste. This rosalie juice is an extract of Rosalie calicis, a beautiful plant and a beverage used in other parts of the world, and in DXN also Rosalie is an additional beverage which normally people take by addition of water and lemon, and you can make lots of beverage with that. So the recommendation for Moranzi for daily use is 2 tablespoons 30 ml diluted in about 1 glass of water, or maybe 200 ml of cool or warm water, and it has to be refrigerated once it is open. Moranzyme, in fact, is a fermented noni fruit, and it contains all natural enzymes. By the way, Moranzi itself has got fructose, so it cannot be taken by the diabetics, better to avoid, and Moranzyme can easily be taken because of the extract of enzymes, which is important for metabolism. It enhances digestion, it enhances absorption of the nutrients from the gut, and also the regulation of the cell metabolism. The content of its juice has 90% water, 10% of the dry matter. It has protein, glucose, polysaccharides, vitamin C, vitamin B, and beta carotene, calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium. The medicinal components of noni has got 200 phytochemical compounds, anthraquinones and their glycosides, fatty acids and their derivatives, iridoids and glycosides, flavonoids, lignans and neolignans, phenylpropanoids and saccharides and tritraminoids, prozeronine, the most important ingredient of noni fruit. So it's a tale of two minerals. It's a story of two minerals, sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium are essential for life and good health. So the complementary roles and the balance between the two elements is critical. Once the raw food we take, they are rich in sodium. Anything which goes in excess is going to have an ill effect on your body, and salt is used to preserve the flavor of the food. So best source of potassium is in fresh foods and no processing. If you process a food, the potassium is gone. Having said that, we know that why these two minerals complement each other, and that's why we eat more sodium than potassium, because of the taste and flavor for your food that you need. So salt in your diet is relatively important, but at the table if you are taking 6%, mostly naturally occurring 20%, so try to omit sodium as much as you can, but as high sodium is a bad news for blood pressure. The hypertension itself is a risk factor for cardiovascular disorders, and therefore sodium is thereby linked to it. So if you have Moranzi or Moranzyme with you, you need not worry, because you have a help for anti-cancer, you have help for cancer itself, you have analgesic effect of noni, anti-inflammatory effect, antioxidant effect, it's a stress reliever, and it's a soothing sedative. And apart from that, it has an antiseptic properties of antibacterial, antiviral, and anti-helminth, that is anti-parasitic, especially for ladies who are worried about their kids having parasitic infestations. It is advisable to have Moranzi as a regular use for school going children. That will help them to have a good vitamin content, good control of any chance of having any parasitic infestation from school. And also in good olden days, people use that fruit for as an anti-lice lotion for hair. So it has got very good skin care element in it. Also, it was seen that it has some anti-diabetic properties. It controls blood pressure, it is an immunomodulator, and it protects liver because itself it has enzymes. So it helps the liver to relax, and the digestion is easy after you take Moranzyme. So cardiovascular and cholesterol risk is minimized when you have Moranzi or Moranzyme in your diet. Also, it has an antiplatelet effect, so it prevents thrombus to block any vascular compromise or any situation which is risky and for the microcirculatory deficits. Cell damage, also definitely protection is there. Almost 1,227 professionals who represented more than 25,314 noni juice drinkers from 80 countries were analyzed, and it has helped to 86% of the people. They got relief from allergy, arthritis, asthma. More than 70% got relief from depression, indigestion, heart disease resistance, and kidney disease also, and some mental acuity and alertness, especially in multiple sclerosis. It seems to be a very good effect. People who have used it for obesity, they found very effective, and also mood elevation, and above all, taking care of their addictions. Addiction nowadays is globally increasing in teenagers, what to say of the older age group. So whatever food supplement, whatever food, whatever ingredient in a change in your lifestyle that you cannot live without is an addiction to me. Even increase in the intake of tea, cold drinks, it has been now suggested that all of these things are addictive. Having said that, if you have something at home, in hand, which has prozeronine, and you will see that into the video that is associated with presentation, that helps you to understand how prozeronine gives you a reassurance of your cells to get rid of this addiction and come back to normal as quickly as possible. So it is a rehabilitation program for addictions also. Because of its properties on nerves, soothing effect, it has got good effect in Alzheimer's, it has got good effect on memory and concentration, and above all, it is a very good help for reproductivity, especially female disorders, especially for gynecological disorders. It has been proven as a very nice supplement for having a vitality at the reproductive stage. It has got anti-cancer activity by direct killing the cancer cells and indirectly by enhancing the immune system to kill the cancer cell by this mechanism. Therapeutic effect, it enhances the therapeutic effect of the chemotherapy by good absorption, plus it prevents the side effects of chemo and radiotherapy, so it allows use of lower dose of therapy and it protects from the side effects. Also, it has new neoangiogenesis property, that means new blood vessels can be formed quickly as a repair process. So Morinzi is girl's best friend. People say for gynecological uses, it regulates the cycles and take care of the dysmenorrheas and irregularities of the cycles and abnormalities and infections, the aches and pains during pregnancy, and maybe it will help early pregnancies to avoid any risks, and also it helps people say to induce labor pains when it needs. It helps uterine involution, so excessive postpartum hemorrhage can be avoided. Being a protein in nature, it has chains of amino acids, so the coiling of protein itself and the zeronin system is most importantly having enzymes, hormones and antibodies, which definitely will perform effectively to help the lock and key system of the receptors, and zeronin maintaining the protein structure. Morinda citrifolia or noni is 40 times more zeronin than any other food. Dr. Ralph Heineck is a key person on research on noni and Morinzi, because according to him, serotonin and other compounds in noni helps you to get rid of the stress and addictive nature of prozeronin. So what we have with us is something which is the need for maintaining beauty, it is the need for maintaining a good personality, it is the need for having a good intestinal tract, it is the need for use of other DXN product as an adjuvant, as a media for reishi mushroom, or also for people who are beauty conscious. They can even use Morinzi since the age of puberty onwards, and it has been already supplemented, accredited by the world-renowned beautiful ladies. So, having said that, the potassium itself, a content which helps us to normalize the heart rate, to improve our gut motility, and that's how noni is effective against so many effects of the intestinal conditions. It helps to regenerate, and it helps to kill the pain, it helps a natural antiseptic, it helps against harmful bacteria. So there are so many good things about noni. Only once you start using it, you start enjoying the effect on your body. Apart from this, it has very good effect on respiratory system, because it improves the non-allergic situations in the body, which is good for allergic cough, hiccups, flu, chest cold and nasal drops, bad breath, hoarseness of voice, and even allergic asthmas, and sometimes people use as an adjuvant therapy for tuberculosis. So lots of studies have been there. Anybody who is interested can go on a website of noni, which is easily available. You just write noni and you will find research cells globally which are there, and people are still looking for other ingredients into it. For us, as a part of health promoters under the platform of DXN, we advise you to take Morency on regular basis in addition with other products, so that you can have a guarantee that whatever you eat will not harm you, and whatever you eat will be quickly absorbed into the body, giving you a good support of food as a medicine, so that you don't need any medicines anymore. Let's know a little bit of information that I want to share about spirulina, which is an excellent food supplement. And I'm not saying that from my own heart. It has been documented, it has been accredited, and it has been claimed, it has been crowned that the best food supplement for future is spirulina. And who is the documentary, who is the authority to give this verdict is none other than World Health Organization itself. And according to that, spirulina is the most interesting food which is rich in not only micronutrients, but also it can be given to a very lower age group as early as a newborn. So WHO once declared something, it is a very authenticated document and with a huge backing of evidence behind. So let's see why this statement was made. So spirulina, what is spirulina? Spirulina is nothing except blue-green algae, which is a form of alkaline freshwater algae. Why the word spirulina? Because it looks like a spiral, and this word was given by our good old friend Dr. Darwin, who discovered this existence of a spirulina in a spiral algae shaped, and that's why he named that organism as spirulina. After that, in 1962, Dr. Clement in France, he found out in the tribes who are having no food, no water, no shelter, a surprising increase in health and in the situations prevailing would have made those people very sick. A healthy growth potential with a healthy tribe, people were astonished why this lower group of people are having a good health without having any food and water. So they went and it took them to a lake Shades in Africa, and where this water covered by this blue-green algae was drunk by these tribes, and their animals and their people got better in health, and they got rid of their sicknesses always. So then it developed, and then after that scientists came and researched on that, and lots of research was made. Quite a few thousands of articles are there on spirulina as named as the food of the future, because of its ability, because of its potential to have good quality protein concentrated in a small volume. It has been mentioned that spirulina has a range of 65 to 75% of protein content, and with all the essential amino acids and the elements and micronutrients. And it has won the best natural food award in the West Germany by International Food Expo. It has been given a 5-year toxicology study on spirulina and claimed to be non-toxic. Recently, and before that, NASA The National Aeronautics Space Administration, scientists from USA tested spirulina and they found that 1 kg of spirulina is equivalent in nutrition value to 1000 kilogram of different types of vegetables and fruits. Last but not the least, the ex-Prime Minister of Pakistan, Yusuf Raza Gilani, he has awarded as the best food supplement the spirulina because of its work on night blindness. It was given to some night blind people under the supervision of the ophthalmologist, and who, after a very sophisticated control, authentication, and then they found out that after 3 months of persistent use of reishi and spirulina, some of the children, 50% of the children, they got back their eyesight because nutritional supplementation was good enough to let them take a U-turn to normality. So what are the active ingredients in spirulina that makes it very important? For all of us to know that spirulina is the most non-toxic food supplement. It has the highest protein content of 65 to 75% of its whole ingredient, and 15% of the carbohydrate, only 5.8% of the fat, which is in the form of essential fatty acids and gamma linoleic acid GLA, and the polysaccharides, carbohydrates in the form of polysaccharides, which is in the form of glycogen, 8% of the mineral and trace elements, and vitamins ranging from B1 to B12, and fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, K, H, and others. Now the natural pigments which give the color and the look of it is phytocyanin and chlorophyll, xanthophyll, and beta carotene. The nutritional value is definitely very easy to understand because it is the most easily digestible food supplement that contains not only protein but all the other ingredients that I have just mentioned. And with all the importance of beta carotene and GLA, I would like to mention that GLA is one of the essential fatty acids which is only available in mother's milk. So people who have not breastfed their children, women who don't want to breastfeed their children because of so many reasons, they are depriving their children for a natural immunity which they can give for about more than 1.5 years. So if you give spirulina to such children who cannot have mother's milk for one reason or the other, you can give the same amount of immunity as what a mother milk would do so. It will help them not only to have good healthy bones, good rate of growth, brain functions, development, stimulation of skin and hair growth, and regulation of metabolism such as lipid metabolism. Above all, it will prevent ADHD and autism. It's not me, it is being tested that B6 and B12 deficiency in mothers who are pregnant can lead to autistic children and ADHD children. So nowadays, having a sick baby, having a mentally retarded baby is a disaster for the parents for the whole of their life. They cannot live happily and they cannot die until they see and secure that their children are safe and well settled. So why not to prevent such children to have autism? So let's have a good content of B6, B12 to every girl who is growing from the age of 7, 8 onwards, so that she can have a good quality of growth and she can give rise to a good quality of reproductive life. Vitamin B12 and B complex are not only essentials for the growth, but they are also necessary for healthy nerves and tissue, especially for those people who are vegetarians because of their culture, because of their disease underlying dictations of the doctor's prescriptions, or because of their religious limitations, they cannot take first class proteins. The spirulina gives them the best quality proteins that they can have in the shape of a vegetable cum algae. So spirulina doesn't come in vegetables also because it is a micro spiral which is an algae in itself. So minerals and trace elements. Spirulina is rich in these elements, which is iron, magnesium, and trace elements which are easy to absorb as compared to the synthetic iron and minerals given in medicine. Unusual phytonutrients are necessary for cleansing and health of the cell level. So green blood, that is chlorophyll, which is a cousin in its biochemical structures resembling hemoglobin, and orange, which is carotenoids, and also phycocyanin, which is blue in color, having sun energy and power growth potential to give them the best benefit of cleanser and oxygen transporter to have a good healthy environment. Now if we compare protein, minerals, fiber, vitamin B12, beta carotene, carbohydrate, lipid, chlorophyll, calcium, all these elements, if you see the deprivation of these products, these minerals, what will happen and how much is there in spirulina, comparison is well established that the content of protein in 6 gram of spirulina is equally 3 times more than in beef, fish and pork. It is 6 times more than in eggs. It is 2 times more than in soya. And in minerals, including calcium, potassium, and magnesium, zinc, and phosphorus, which are vital for the growth of the cells. Fiber, it has got 4 times more fiber content as flour and corn, although it is very small in quantity, but the effect is so strong that it is much better than bulk, rather to have a small thing with equal effect. Definitely, if you compare 6 grams of spirulina will have 130 milligram of calcium, which is 10 times more than in milk. So there is a long list of all the equivalence balance formula. If you want, you can go through. I have already will give you the slide at the end of the presentation for that. Beta carotene and provitamins. Now what will happen with all these vitamins are not there in your blood? What is going to happen? One would ask similarly, okay, I will take my fruits and vegetables. Why should I take excessive greenery or excessive things in my blood? Don't forget that minor depriving of vitamins in your blood, this deprivation of beta carotene or provitamin A will give rise to helping infections, lack of sensation, cannot smell properly, acne, dermatitis, and skin disorders. Similarly, B1, B2, and B3 till B12, all of them deficiencies can give rise to insomnia, pains, heart problems, less immune resistance, and blood, the oral cavity disorders, pathologies, nervousness, pernicious anemia, and lots of menstrual irregularities. You see, all of these problems are pathologies. You would go to a doctor and buy some medicine and keep on taking that medicine without knowing that only a little deficiency was the culprit causing all these problems. So you are going in a wrong direction. You are trying to treat the effect of a disease, effect of a deficiency, rather than to take care of a deficiency itself. So I would suggest that we doctors also always keep in mind and suggest to our patients that please take care of your diet, take care of your lifestyle, because that is more long lasting. Whatever we give is temporary for a few days, but you will come back to us if you don't take care of these 2 things. How do you take care of them? Every day you'll make a long list of a balanced diet. How many of us have time? How many of us have the knowledge to be implemented what type of food we should eat every day, in what circumstances? And what are the circumstances in which everybody has been pushed to dictate every cell of your body how to behave? Are we ready to take that challenge? Are we ready to take that challenge for our family? Are we ready to take the risk for our children? Of course not. What we have suffered, we never want our children to suffer. Similarly, if this is the family planning for the health of the family, you have a good friend with you, that is spirulina. If you want to prevent deficiency disorders, if you want to take a U-turn back to health, add spirulina in your day-to-day life. You can add it to your skin, you can apply it to your wounds, you can apply it on your the chemicals that you are taking in your food supplements. You can add spirulina in so many ways. So not to have any ill effect of the surrounding bad hazards for your health. So if you want to know what is the difference between a good protein which is having a pH difference, as Dr. Lim very well always emphasized, that our body is now prone to be acidic because we have to fight back. Whatever function we perform, the byproducts are all acidic. These acidic contents are to be taken out from the body on a regular basis, because unless and until we take them out, we are going to accumulate that nonsense, that shit of our metabolism into the liver, into the system, and we one day or the other will fall sick. And when we fell sick, what will happen? We will be dependent on medicine. Again, there will be another deficiency coming up because of sickness itself. So if you want to make your body healthy, try to take healthy food which is alkaline. Now what is the food that is alkaline? You make a long list. Today I will not take acidic food. Which one is acidic food? Which one is, some people would like to take A, some people would like to take B. How many people in the house? 10 people, 10 types of food. Can you bear that? Are you ready to bear 10 types of different foods? How much expensive it would be? And if you can buy 1000 kilograms of assorted vegetables at a cost of not more than 10 to 15 dirham, can you buy that? I don't think so, because the quality of organic food that you would buy is 2 times more expensive as compared to the normal routine vegetables and fruit which is available in the market. All the world now globally, it is getting enlightened that it should be an organic substance, alkaline substance, that should go and help your body to feed itself, to prevent the diseases. And how these bodies we can differentiate. Some of them, the acidic food that we love to eat is meat, chicken, fish, prawns, bread. Is there any day that we don't take any of these? How many times we take and sit down, take milk, green vegetables, fruits and egg white? Hardly ever. So we are already making ourselves a great ditch of illness, reasoning of illnesses, that is not to take an alkaline food. Now if you can change your alkalinity, if you can change your body nature towards alkaline food, you will start preventing and harmonizing your internal environment. So everybody's meal should have some proper portion of at least 80% alkaline, and you do need some of the acidic content to have some functions to be taken care of. The spirulina itself has a lot of added health benefits apart from being food. It is rich in iron, it is rich in protein, it is rich in beta carotene, all the vitamins I have just mentioned, and gamma linolenic acid, which is definitely a vaccine, only present in mother's milk, and routinely it helps to grow the hormone system, which will help the person to grow and having stability in the systems of the body. So a powerful antioxidant itself, spirulina, is exceptionally very rich in neutralizing free radicals. As we have already mentioned a lot about free radicals and the presence being sick and tiring for the systems, it is good to have antioxidants in spirulina itself. Phycocyanin, which is the blue content of spirulina, has got an hydroxy radical which inhibits the oxidation of lipids in the liver and kidneys, thereby preventing the damage to these organs. A study demonstrates that 71% of antioxidant capacity for the group taking the spirulina extract and 54% of the group that did not. It has already been published in a Brazilian Journal of Medical and Biological Research recently. Now, spirulina prevents cancer. Again, as an antioxidant, we all know that antioxidants prevent cancer growth. Anti-mutagenic effect of spirulina is also beneficial to prevent cancers, and also it has got complete regression in the tumor size, 1 gram per day if spirulina is being taken for 12 months. The study was already done in Kerala, and I am thankful to Professor K.K. Janardhan to share with us his research on spirulina and Ganoderma, and he has given us some of the good clinical trials which gives us the faith that this product is completely natural and complete security for all systems of our body. Its cardioprotective effect of spirulina, that is the protection for your heart, because it makes the cholesterol from the blood go away very easily. It decreases the level of low density lipoproteins